Hello and welcome back to Python snake game tutorial. So for my first video, I created this player character here and I gave it movement to move up and down and left and right. Okay, so and for my second video, I created the border here so that when the player moves to the left, it will appear on right, and move right, appear left, up, down, and down, up. And I also created this food rectangle here in the middle of the screen. And for now, it does nothing here. It have no interaction. So for this video, I will try to make the player write a code that will check for a collision between the player and the food. And if the player touch the food will change its position and give the player one score. Okay, so for now, let me just make this code cleaner. So I will add a bunch of comment here. So this section of code will update the display. Okay, and this section here would be the player movement code. Player movement. Okay, and this section here would be the draw section, and this would be the game close section. Just simply checking if the game closed. Okay, and this is just the loop. There's nothing to comment. So this would be the initial variable, and this would be the display setting. Okay, now that it looks better, let's start by trying to explain how we check the collision. Okay, so let's go into here. Okay, so for example, let's name this the left side of the player as A and the right side as B, okay? And the left side of the food is C and the right side D, okay? So this is A, B, C, and D. Okay, so now for now, if we check the value for this one, is A is lesser than C, and B is lesser than D and C. The same thing here. So we're checking the value of A and B, comparing it with C and D here. Okay, so now let's move the rectangle over here. And one thing we notice is that the A here is still lesser than both of them, so this is true. But what is false here is that this B here is, because B is now greater than C. So B is no longer smaller than C, this one. So we can use B is smaller than C as one of the condition to check if the code is in a collision or not. Okay, so now let's move the rectangle onto the other side and check if any value change. Okay, so now as we check here, A and B here, B is still okay. So B is now greater than C. Okay, so we need to change this into a greater sign. And also A is now greater than C here. So this would no longer be a part of it. So we now need to check if A is lesser than D or B is greater than C. And B here is false too. So what we need to check if is this too. Is this too. Okay, so we need to check if A is lesser than D and B is lesser than C, greater than C. Okay, so let's open our code and start writing it. Okay, so let me move this first. Okay, so let's check A is lesser than D. So I will write the code here under the player movement. So comment it the collision code and start with an if. So we detect if A is lesser than D and B is greater than C, then the collision would be true, right? Okay, so let's check what it's A. Well, A is the player position X, so A would be Px. And what is D? So D would be the food X plus food width. Okay, so D is the food X plus food width. Okay, we check this, and now for the B and C. So what is B? B is the here the player X plus player width. So B would be PX plus PW, and C would just be the FX. Okay, so now this would be would check the X value of both the rectangle and the player. So now let's check the Y value, and it's basically the same thing. So if we move here, as you can see, the bottom is greater than this, and if we move down here, this one is greater than this. So it's pretty much the same code, except we just rotate the screen. So if you rotate it like this, you can see it's pretty much the same thing. So it would be the same code. So just copy and paste this and change the Y into X. I mean X into Y and W into H. So I changed all the X into Y and W into H. Okay, so now let's try to do something. Let's draw something. After it collide, let's draw something. Okay, so I will draw a window with the value white. Okay, so 255 for all the value and position. So let's say I want 400 and the F5 position 400 and the width 60 and the height 30. Okay, let's save and try and run this. Let's close this and run. Okay, so I will move to the food, and as you can see, there's this rectangle here that appear when our character is touching the food. Okay, and when we don't touch it, it will exit. It will disappear. Okay, so now let's check um, the collision between this side and this side. So let's check the top left side if there's any error. So it appears. So okay, it's good for the top left side. Let's check the bottom left, and it also appear, as you can tell here. Okay, it appear, and now for the bottom right side, and it appear also. Okay, so it works. And now for the top right side, and it appear also. So that means our code works for all the direction that our player will enter. So no matter where our player touch the food, it will register as a collision. Okay, so now that we know how to do this, let's change this into something that it actually change the position of the player. So we want to first import a new library called the random library. Okay, and this random is installed with Python, so you don't have to install like run any extra code to install this one like what we did with pygame. So this one you just write import random and it will appear here. Okay, so now let's fix this code. So let's just define a new function. Okay, so let me define a new function, and this one would be the um, food position function. Okay, so we start a function with def and the name. So I will put name food pass and bracket and the colon. Okay, so in here I want to change the value fx and fy. Wait, what happened? Okay, fx and fy. Okay, so but for fx and fy, it is a global variable. So if we run this here, it will be a new variable that, and we don't want that. So we first need to actually call the global variable first. So we need to call the global fx and fy to actually make change into the value here. Okay, and to get a random number, you just simply type random dot and ran int. So this will randomize an int between a value that we set. So I will randomize between 0 and the border width. Okay, but the border width is 500, and if the 500 is right here, then the food would, would seem up, to disappear to the user because the food would be out of the frame. So we need to decrease this value a little bit. So I will minus it by the food width, so that when it runs, it will appear perfectly in the screen without any section missing. And the same goes for fy. Just change this width into height. Okay, so now let's change this one into the food pass code function, food pass. Okay, so now we will check if it works or not. So let's close this and run. So I will touch the food and let's see what happens. And as you can see, the food randomized into a new position. And as you can see, whenever I touch it, it will go into a new position. Okay, so now let's add a score feature. So to add a score is simple. We just need to initialize a score first. So the game start out with score equals 0. And whenever the collision happen, we need to increase the score. So food pass need to increase the score. So here let's call the global variable score as well. And for our score, we need to plus equal it by 1. So when they touch the food one time, it will increase by 1. Okay, so let's run it. Okay, okay, so because this is just a variable and we didn't actually like call it or anything, so basically we have no idea if the score value is actually increasing or not. So for now, let's print it out first. So let me just print the score here. Okay, let's comment it also. Score equal and score. Okay, so let's run it again. And look at the window publish shell because that will print out the score for us when we touch the food. Okay, so let's see if I touch it. As you can see, we have here score equal 1. And when I touch it again, 2. And they keep increasing, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Okay, as you can see, whenever I touch it, the score will always increase. So now that we verify that the score worked, in my next video, I will show you how to make the score appear on the window instead of the window PowerShell. So when you actually touch the food, the score will appear here, 0, 1, and it keep on increasing. Okay, so that's it for now, and see you in the next video.